Hello, brothers and sisters. The contract has passed, and so we should be getting retro checks. From what I hear, the week ending of September 2nd should reflect the new raises. I did make a Google sheet to help track and compare what they actually pay you for the retro pay. The link for the Google sheet should be at the bottom of this YouTube video, or if it's in Facebook, be in the descriptions or comment. But basically, just click on the link, or you can copy and paste it, and that'll take you to this sheet. Now, this particular sheet is uneditable, so that way everyone can copy it and then edit it to match their specific hours. So if you don't have a Google account, you will need to make that first, so you can use the Google Sheets. You don't need to install an app or a program. It will run strictly off a web browser if you wish. But once you do that, you'll click File and then Make a Copy. And right here, you name it whatever you want. And then click Make a Copy. Now I'm using Google Chrome. It pops up in a new tab. If yours doesn't automatically switch over to it for some reason, you can click the green icon up here. And then it should be at the very top. So that's the one you made, but just match the name and click on that. For the most part, I put errors if you try to edit any of this stuff on the sides, just because you don't want to screw up your formulas. So right here, if you do plan on printing this out for shop steward or the company, you can put your name in. This, and then you'll put in your new raise. A lot of us will be getting 275 is the standard. I believe the part-timers, there's different longevity raises they can get. So you just change in there. Also, I think if you like hit progression, you up a year in progression somewhere in this area, you'll have 2 different raises. So that way, in that case, you just have to make 2 different copies of the sheet reflecting each raise, and then just put in the data for that. So here's the 4 weeks, the bolds with the week ending. Now the first 2 days is the old contract, so that'll be the old raise, so that's blocked out. But basically, you'll enter in your hours in here. I get all my data from the time card viewer, so you do want to make sure that they have the correct numbers. But basically, when you pick your week, and then you can expand the days, you'll have your straight hours right here, your overtime hours here, and your double time hours there. And then you'll just transfer that over into the Google Sheet. So you just enter in your data like that. Anytime you get paid, you're going to get the raise except for vacation weeks, because that's based off of a specific time period of 52 weeks, and they take an average of that. So in that case, like I went on vacation for this week, so I'll just make a note, it's vacation. And I won't put any data because it's not going to change. But if you had, like, on this day I called in sick, I'm gonna get paid 8 hours of straight time, so you'll just put that. And I put a note just for me to understand. Now, if you're just doing this for yourself, want to do it real quick, you grab your paycheck. You can actually just pop in. I made 40 hours that week, 12 hours, 25 minutes of or 0.25 of overtime. And the sheet will figure it out. It doesn't care if it's by day or by the week. Just if you do need to print this out for a grievance or something, then that's when I expand it all out. But yeah, basically anytime you get any pay, FHP. So we got the 18th, got a FHP here. Put a note and put 8 hours. So I cleared the form, and I'll just start inputting the data. So once all your data is put in, It'll give you a total of like how many straight hours you had, how many overtime, how many double time hours, and then breaks it down on how you got paid each day, and then totals for each type of hour. And then at the bottom, it'll give you the total you should get. So this is what your retro check should look like. The rounding method I used is at the very end, it's rounded. So depending on how they do it, if they do it by day or week by week, that may change it by a couple dollars, but it should be in about this ballpark area. And then the nice thing about this is if you do need to end up filing a grievance or even just explain it to the company, you can go ahead and print this out for them. And you'll give them something like this. And sometimes it helps, bring out the errors where they can see, okay, this is, what you should have gotten. Another thing you can do too is they do weird things with their payroll, and sometimes they paid you the wrong rate. So say you were a part-timer that got a 50-cent longevity raise, and you should have gone $5.84. Instead, in this case, you get $4.94. So basically, you could run this report twice, print it out, and then show them where the exact error is, and help them figure out their own payroll system. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions or problems, leave a comment.